Well, imagine having a job where you get to make people look good every single day. Well, our next guest, Dee Dee Nickel, is a celebrity makeup artist who does just that. Now, as you can see from these pictures right here, she has an eye and knows of perfect techniques for enhancing your person's natural beauty. Dee Dee says the first step in transforming your look is to avoid some of the worst makeup mishaps, and she's here to help us do just that. Dee Dee Nickel, thanks so much for being here again today.
Of course.
She's family. She hooks us
That's
up
right. That's
every
right. I am
day.
family.
You are. Now listen, you talk about there's always tons of products out there, and you want to buy the ones that are just right for you.
Yes.
Why is that so important?
Well, that is specific to each person, but I can tell you that there are products that nobody needs to be buying.
Oh.
No one.
Okay. She's using
so we can go over that. That's
one.
right. That's right. There might be a snap. Okay.
All right. Now, easy. Now, let's start with the first kind of makeup mishap and some of the mistakes we make, and that's when we buy concealer.
Yes.
What should we know?
Well, a lot of people are buying their concealer too light. It should really be as close to your foundation color as possible. There's like this old myth out there that your concealer needed to be 2 shades lighter.
Right.
Just makes you look like a raccoon.
We don't want to do that.
Yes,
Not at all.
exactly.
And so you went with something kind of what flesh tone for her, right? I mean, just something easy that matches her skin complexion.
Exactly. She has an tinted moisturizer, but the concealer matches it's the same color.
All right, and we should mention this is our lovely intern Monica, who was so wonderful about coming in with us today. Thank you for being here. All right, let's talk about lipstick, Dee Dee. What are some of the things we should consider when buying lipstick?
Okay, well, first of all, you should look at your natural lip color and choose a shade that's either 1 or 2 shades lighter or 1 or 2 shades darker.
Okay.
I see a lot of people wearing really purple lipstick and very brown lipstick. Now, first of all, purple lips are only on dead people, so don't wear purple lipstick. It doesn't look good on anyone, no.
Okay.
And if your lips are brown, your natural lip color is brown, then brown lipstick is fine. But I see too many people wearing brown lipstick.
And you're just like,
No, exactly. It just makes you look washed out and tired.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Let's talk eyeshadow base. What should we know about that?
Okay, well, first of all, you don't need a separate eyeshadow base. There's products called eyeshadow base. You don't need a separate product. You can just use your concealer.
And that works just as good.
Works just as fine. It'll keep your eyeshadow on all day long.
All right, and another one, which is a really good one, is the brow gel.
Yes.
I didn't even know. I mean, where have I been, Dee Dee?
I don't know.
Okay.
Where have you been, Desiree? You've been in the makeup room with me. Brow gel is a separate product. It is convenient because you can take it with you, but just use a brow brush and hair gel. Your eyebrows are hair. Just use, it's a lot cheaper.
It's cheaper, easier, and Dee Dee knows, I always say, listen, we're in a recession.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. I just saved you a little money.
And we like that, Dee Dee Nickel. Tell us about lip plumpers. Do we want them, or do they work?
I personally don't think that they work. They're not going to give you the results. If you're not Angelina Jolie already, you're not going to be with a lip plumper. Sorry.
You just really upset some folks at home right now, Dee Dee.
I'm sorry. You can still wear them or use them if you want, but I just don't think you're going to get what you're looking for.
All right, good to know. Talk to us about highlighter pens.
Okay.
And what are they, and what are they good for, or do we need to avoid them altogether?
I would just avoid them altogether.
Okay.
I don't think that, I mean, certainly if you've had a couple birthdays, you don't want to use the highlighter pen at all.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to do a little highlighter on the top of your cheek, just use a shimmery flesh tone shadow.
All right, good. And what about the kits and palettes and sets? I mean, you are a big person to say no to those because they're not something you need.
Right. Well, you never use all the colors in them. Those are never created just for you. So there's always going to be shades in there that aren't right for you. You know, just buy what you need.
All right, I like that. And for everybody at home watching and from the desktops, we're talking stripes now, and I am infamous, and Dee Dee's laughing, but I am infamous for doing stripes because I stand at the weather wall, and sometimes Dee Dee will come in to do my makeup, and she's like, Desiree, why do you have blush right by your, right by your forehead and by your ears?
Yes.
Tell us about stripes and how to avoid that.
The racing stripes. It's like the Nike stripe. That's what people do with the blush. They get right in here, or they try to do contouring. Blush is just where you would normally blush, which is right on the apples of your cheeks. If you want to do some contouring, choose a powder that's maybe 2 shades darker than your natural color, and you can contour that way.
Okay.
But blush just belongs here. Your hairline never blushes on its own.
I got you.
Right?
Dee Dee,
Okay. Okay. Good.
Looking at me.
Tomorrow.
It's baby steps, everybody. I'm learning. You know what? I want to talk about lipstick as well. We talked about that earlier, but about lip liner in specific, because I'm a fan of lip liner. You've been slowly but surely getting me away from rocking that lip liner.
Yes.
Why don't we need it?
You just don't need it. It's an extra step. I mean, first of all, lip liner should always match your lipstick anyway. So unless you just have like really, really fine lines, there are probably a handful of people that I would use lip liner on, but the average person like yourself does not need a lip liner. You can use a little concealer on your concealer brush and just trace around your lips, and it kind of cleans up the edges, and that's all you need.
And it looks good.
Yes.
We got 2 questions we want to go through from our viewers. We posted this on Facebook. We can't get to everybody, but I wanted to read a couple. Felicia Mastriani asks, Okay, Dee Dee, hi there. I need eyebrow help. What makeup is good for eyebrow shaping?
Okay, I can answer that question, Felicia.
Okay.
The best thing to use for your eyebrows is an eyebrow powder.
Okay.
Or a dark eyeshadow, but it should be close to your eyebrow color.
Okay.
And then you're going to use a stiff angled brush. I think pencils are hard to work with. They sometimes look drawn on.
Okay.
So you want to take your brush, so it would look something like this, and
Okay.
and you just want to look at where there are sparse areas. You don't need to fill in your whole brow.
Oh.
So, right, and then we're going to get her right there. So you don't need to fill in the whole brow, just where there might be little holes.
Well, that is perfect.
Yeah.
Dee Dee Nickel, thank you so much for
You're
being here. We got to
welcome.
mention, you got to check out this woman's blog. I'm telling you, Dee Dee Nickel, you do write an amazing blog, and you actually get back to people on your blog.
I do get back to people, yes.
We like that.
I'll take questions.
All right, everybody. Dee Dee Nickel creating that celebrity looks for